Hello and welcome to pdfsupply.com. Today we're going to be testing an IC660BBA021. I have part number here, IC660BBA021, Genius block. This is a resistance temperature detector. Input only, 6 inputs, as you can see on here in the wiring diagram. I have it connected to a 24 volt power supply, positive, negative, all right, and serial cable, serial 1, serial 2, shield in and shield out, going to and from a IC690 BEM331 bus controller, and it's also in a rack with an IC693 CPU 374 and an IC693 PWR 330, and those are all in an IC693 CHS 397 5-slot rack. So those are all the devices that I'm using in order to run this test. I'm currently using Prophecy Machine Edition software to run the BEM. Okay. Now in the Prophecy Machine Edition I have the BEM 331 using block number 1, SBA number 1, and I have it set for 6 analog input, 6 AI. Okay, so don't go looking for RTD, you won't find it. It's just 6 analog input is the reading, and it's currently in run mode, and I can tell because the I/O is enabled. So first thing, if the serial port here is working properly and you have your CPU in run mode and all things that are configured into your block match what's in Prophecy Machine Edition, you should be able to have an I/O enabled LED on. Okay, very important. Without that, that would mean that the serial port is not working. So if you do have a problem, you wouldn't be able to follow us on this test. That's something that is definitely wrong with the device and that we do repair here. We offer exchange programs, new and remanufactured products, so if that's something that you need, please see us at pdfsupply.com. Okay, so in the test, I'm going to go over the physical configuration using the handheld monitor. I have here for you an IC660 HHM500. Pardon me, IC660 HHM501. And what I'm going to do is go through the basic configurations. Now, if you've already got this block set up to work in your plant, there's no need to change your configurations. You can still follow the test. I recommend that you don't, actually. So just for simplicity purposes, I have it set a certain way. And I'll show you how I did that. I go to Configuration, F3, Program Block Identification, F1. I just have it set as block number 1. Again, I told you that Prophecy Machine Edition has it as block 1 also. It's easy to follow. And then I click Next just to see the speed in which it's communicating at 153.6K standard. And that's the program and the active rate that it's communicating at. That's important. If those don't match, you could have a big problem communicating and you'll get lost. So, go back to Home, F3 Configuration, F2 configure block, and I want to go over my settings. I do want to report a fault if there is a fault, so those are all toggled to yes. All the channels are active, input 1 through 6, yes, yes, yes. It's being measured in ohms. Platinum. Again, these are the factory settings. I have this set as 100 ohms, and I have a test resistor here. This is 100 ohms. Technically, if you ohm it out with a multimeter, it's like 105 or 106, but it's basically 100 ohms. Okay. I have my high and low alarms. Those are set to factory standards. Filter, 400 milliseconds. Configuration protect. Mine's disabled so that I can make changes if I need to. If yours needs to be protected, please leave it enabled. All right. So go back to Home, Analyze, Monitor Block, F1. And there'll be values that are already established in there, but those will change when you touch the resistor to the corresponding terminals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the terminal numbers that I'm touching in order to get the information to change here. All right. Again, I'm using a 100 ohm resistor, but it's more like 105 ohms if we're to be specific. So I'm going to touch it to terminals 9 and 10. I have 106.2. That's very, very good. That's pretty much exactly what this resistor is. Again, that's terminal number or input number 1. Another tip I have for you is make sure that the screws that you're touching are screwed all the way down. If they are loose, it's very likely, almost certain, that you're going to get an incorrect reading. Make sure the terminals are screwed down. Channel number 2. Touching numbers 13 and 14. And I'm getting a very consistent number. If I can hold these leads down, 106.1, that's excellent. And I'm going to toggle over using the F1 button so you can see channels or inputs 3 and 4. Input 3, I'm going to be touching 17 and 18. 105.8.7. That's excellent. Channel 4, I'm going to be touching numbers 21 and 22. That's excellent. 105.8 is very good. 5 and 6. And I'm touching terminals 25 and 26 for input 5. Alright. And for input 6, 29 and 30, touching terminals 29 and 30. So this is a good test. This shows you that what I was doing is all of my scaling is set to be the same for every channel. And all the readings that I got were almost completely identical down to a decimal point. And that tells me that the reading ability of this analog block is pretty perfect. So in my opinion, this block, in addition with the fact that the serial port is communicating, is working perfectly. I'll give you one more look at the wiring diagram that I was using. The inputs and the terminals I was mentioning before are indicated on the side of the block. The terminal numbers that correspond with the inputs. So if you get inconsistent readings, or if you don't get any readings at all, or no communication, or no lights on, you can't follow using the IC660 HHM501 handheld monitor. Any one of those things is definitely a major problem with your block. It's not working properly. It will not work properly in a functioning situation. And that is something that we do repair here quite often. We offer exchange programs, new and remanufactured products. So if that's something that interests you or you do need, please see us at pdfsupply.com. Thank you.